Welcome to the Synthetic Media Podcast. I'm your host, Henrik de Kjor. Join me for interviews and thoughts on the ever-expanding topic of synthetic media. You can find my book on synthetic media on Amazon. Subscribe to this podcast for free. Follow us on syntheticmediapodcast.com and enjoy today's episode.
My name is Victor Perez, and I work on the field of artificial intelligence as a researcher and developer. What I do is mainly I'm creating tools that enable people that don't necessarily have programming experience to be able to use this technology in order to create a synthetic media. And my goal is to augment and expand the creativity during the creative process of these people. So right now I'm involved in Morphogen, which is a company that is running ArtBidder, which is a tool where you can use generative algorithms to create images. And it's really nice because you can it have like a really nice interaction between the artificial intelligence model and you, and it doesn't require of any prior technical knowledge. And they are also developing the Puppet House that when it should be already released by now, which is another platform that you can use in order to play with puppets and play with some of the state-of-the-art artificial intelligence, again, without requiring of any prior knowledge of this technology. And currently, I'm also working on a personal project with a friend of mine, which is called Jenniverse, that it have and I think that you can find it on jenniverse.co, and it have the exact same purpose. But in this case, our goal is to enable people to be able to create images from text, and also to provide a set of tools for doing the post-processing and doing like exactly what we do, what the programmers like me do with coding, but to be able to do it in a beautiful interface and in a way that they can understand, in order to be able to produce like really nice outputs and really nice art, or at least components that they can use for their art. Because in the end, to enable these people to have access to this technology is also going to make this technology better.
Victor, how are you involved with synthetic media?
I started to be involved in synthetic media actually before being interested in programming. Before starting in the field of artificial intelligence, I was already interested on music and on video editing, and I was doing a lot of audiovisuals already. And when I saw some images generated by an artificial intelligence in specific generative adversarial networks, I became really interested on this field, and that's why I started programming. That's why I started researching on this field. And with the years, I was like 4 years ago, I started to become more and more involved in this like more niche field of using artificial intelligence to generate synthetic media. And my involvement I've been working for several companies with the goal of generating, with this kind of technology of generative adversarial networks for generating images. I've also worked with algorithms to generate text automatically.
Victor, what are the biggest challenges and successes you've seen with synthetic media?
So I would say that the biggest successes that I've seen with synthetic media, it's been I think that there are like two main algorithms that led to great improvements on synthetic media. The first one were generative adversarial networks, which are the ones that I mentioned before, because they presented a technique to understand data and being able to generate images that reproduce really the patterns on the data. And if you were using images, these algorithms were meant to be used with images. The thing is that with these algorithms, you were able to generate hyper realistic images of, for example, faces, or for example, animals. So I think that that was like one of the first really success in synthetic media in the field of artificial intelligence. And the other one, I would say that it was in 2017 when they presented this other algorithm that is called transformers, or the use of self-attention. And the thing is that this idea is so flexible that it can be integrated into the systems that produce generative media in ways that they are already, I mean, this is something that is still ongoing, but I think that this was like a huge success for its flexibility and for its power to, again, understand data and being able to produce data. These two algorithms were like the biggest successes that I think that happened in this field. And one of the biggest challenges for me is to find the right way to control what these really powerful algorithms are generating. And what I mean with that, I mean that we have like really a powerful technology, but we are not able to specifically decide what we want these algorithms to generate. That means that I can have, like a generative adversarial network that is able to generate faces, but it's going to be hard to me to generate the exact face that I want to generate. So I think that this controllability is one of the biggest challenges, and it's like for me, it's like the most interesting challenge to work on right now. And yeah, we need to find like ways to make like the process of generation more interactive, or maybe some new techniques, like for example Clip or DALL-E. They are like nice examples on steps forward to solve this challenge. And yeah, it's like a really interesting and challenging, it's like a big challenge right now in synthetic media.
Victor, what advice would you like to share with people working on synthetic media?
With people in working on synthetic media, what I would recommend them is to, well, maybe I'm a bit biased because I'm an AI researcher, not like someone that is like, I'm not directly generating this synthetic media kind of, but my advice would be learn a bit of programming and have because I mean, I feel like right now there's like this big wave of artificial intelligence use to produce synthetic media. And I think that there will be lots of tools like the ones that I'm trying to develop that will enable artists and designers to use this technology. But for these artists and designers, I think that nowadays the programming libraries are really easy to use. If you learn the basics of programming, you can really easily use like Google Colabs that people do, and you can really like tune a little bit how this media is generated, and it will allow these people to have like a wide variety of options and to have like a lot of possibilities to play around these methods. And I think that will really enable them to create new things and enable them to create better things.
Victor, where can we learn more about synthetic media and your work on the subject?
To learn more about how artificial intelligence is being applied to synthetic media, I would say that the right place to go right now is Twitter. All people involved in this field is right now in Twitter, and they are sharing actively everything that they are generating and the methods that they are using, and sharing like these Google Colabs that you can access them really easily without a lot of programming knowledge. You can run the algorithms that they create. I would also say that search for the Discord groups where these people are involved, because they are extremely active and they are working really hard on improving their systems, and they have like really nice discussions that you can get like really nice ideas from there. And my work on this subject, I have something, I mean, also on my Twitter, of course, which is at VICCPOES, or on VPERREZ.me, which is my webpage, where I sometimes share a bit of the work that I do. And yeah, I guess that also on Medium I have a couple of posts, but yeah, mainly Twitter for synthetic media.
Join us next week for a new episode by subscribing to the Synthetic Media Podcast. Check out my book about synthetic media on Amazon. Follow us on syntheticmediapodcast.com. This podcast was produced by Henrik de Gior. Music by Mattia Capelli. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. And thank you for listening.